everyone and a very warm welcome to WsCube Tech. So guys, in a previous session we were covering that how we can deal with multiple pages, how we can go to multiple pages if we have a website which has multiple pages. So in our previous session we have seen that how we can go to the next button, find the URL inside it and go to the next page. In our today's session we will be learning that how we can extract the data when we are moving to the next pages. So suppose if you have a website which has multiple pages, on the first page you have some data, on the second page you have some similar data, on the third page you have some similar data and so on. And if you want to extract all of that data, how you can do that, we will be learning that in this session. So let's get started guys. So if you remember our previous code, this is how our previous code looked like, where if I run it, it will give me all the URLs. So we have all the URLs of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 pages, right? Now what do I need to do is, now I need to extract the information. For that, what I will be doing, I'll just put this part in the comment box. Also, I'll remove the for loop as of now. Why I'm removing the for loop as of now? Because first we will learn that how we can extract the data from our first page, and then we will be extracting the data from all the pages by using the similar method. That means we will be creating a loop over here. So how we will be creating a loop, we will be understanding that later. First of all, we will be learning that how we can extract the data from one page. So if you come to your browser and again write Flipkart, and I guess I have the exact. So this is our page number 1 which has all these mobile phones. Now what do we need to do? We need to extract data from this page and then repeat this process on all the pages. Now why I am saying that we are going to repeat this process is because if I scroll down and go to page number 2, you will now notice that all the pages are created in the similar manner. All the data is created in a similar manner. So if you want to extract the data, and if you know that how you can extract the data from one page, it would be very easy for you to extract the data from all of the pages. So let's move to our page number 1 back again. So here we are back again to page number 1. Okay. Now what do we need to do over here is we need to extract this data from here. First of all, we will be extracting this. Something popped up. Okay. So first of all, we will be extracting this data. That means the name of the mobile phone, that is Apple iPhone 11 Black 128 GB. That is the name. We can also get the description. We can get the price here. So where is the price though? Okay. So price is on the right hand side. So we have price over here which we can extract, and then we have reviews over here. So we can get the reviews as well. So these are few things that we can extract and we can use it later, maybe in our website or anything. So this is what we can do as of now. So how to extract this data? Let's learn this first of all. So I'll just right click over here and inspect it. And I guess I have clicked something else. Okay. I'll just click on inspect now. Yeah. So as soon as I click on inspect, as you can see, as I'm moving my cursor, everything is getting, all the code is getting highlighted over here. So first of all, let's extract the name. We'll start with the name. For the name, if I click this, here you can see we have a div tag which has some class which has its name. So let's copy the class from here and let's get back to our code. So now what do we have is the soup of this website. That means this first page here. From this, we need to use the find function. So I'll just increase the size here, okay, for a better view. So what we will be doing, we will be using our find function. So for that, first of all, we'll be writing. So for the names, so names is equals to soup dot find all, because we will be finding all the names here. Find all with the div tag, comma, class underscore. So you can give it in the format of a dictionary, or you can write class underscore is equals to, in the double quotes, we will be passing the class, and then let's print names and let's see what output we'll be getting. And it's actually dic. I should be writing div over here because it's a div tag. So as soon as I run this names, okay, there is some error. So it says line 5. The error is in line 5. Okay. Why there is error in line 5? Because if you remember, we have removed the for loop, but we have not removed that string from there. So all I need to do is remove this string from here, and I'll just put this as page 1. Okay, or you can, if you want, you can keep the string in that way, like you can keep it, but instead of I, you can keep it as 1 here. So right now we are on page number 1 and we are learning for page number 1 only, that how we can extract the data from page number 1. So let's run it. So as soon as I now run it, you can now see we have Apple iPhone 11. The name is here. The next one is Apple iPhone 11 white in color. Let's see if it is the one. So after black in color, we have white in color. Okay. And then if I go back to my code, so we have iPhone 12. Then we have Apple iPhone 12 mini. Then we have Apple iPhone 12. Let's go back. So we have Apple iPhone 12 mini and the one in green color. So that means we are getting the right information, we are getting the correct names over here. But right now we are getting the names in the format of a list in this way. So if I want to obtain it, I will be using a loop inside it. So to get all the names separately, what I'll be doing, I'll just remove this print statement from here, and we will be iterating, we will be creating a loop over here. Also, we will be creating, I will be writing names is equals to an empty list. So inside this list, I'll be adding all those things, or we can do one thing as well. On the top only we can, so I'll just pass these lists here, not actually outside the loop, but actually inside the loop. So names, we have a names empty list as names. Then we have an empty list as the next thing over here was the price is equals to this, and actually not price but prices. So we have prices. Then we will be having descriptions. So for descriptions, I'll be writing DESC, an empty list here. And lastly, we will be using reviews. We want reviews as well. So reviews is equals to an empty list again. Now, once we have got all these things, now what we will be doing, we will be printing these names inside the list. We will be iterating it and appending it inside a list, because right now we are getting them in the form, in this format that we have Apple iPhone 11, then we have this thing, but they have text as well. So we will be entering them inside our list by writing for I in names colon. We need to obtain the text from here, because we have what we have right now is div class, the name of the phone, then again div class, name of the phone. We don't want this div and class here, we want the name only. So for that we will be writing I dot text. Let's store it somewhere, maybe in name, and let's append this name to our names list. So capital N names dot append this name. And if you think it's a little confusing that names all these things are there, you can put this as small n only. Let's keep this as small n. So what I'm doing basically is that inside this names list, I'm appending this n, okay, which is what I dot text. So now if I print it, let's print names here, and now let's have a look on how does it looks like. So guys, once we have got all these names, the next thing that we need to find, that the next thing that we need to get over here is the prices. So we need to fetch the prices. For that we will go back over here, and here again we'll go to our navigation bar. Let's click it here. So our prices are in again div tag, and let's just copy the class. Let's go back to our code and we'll repeat the same method here that we will be writing. This time, because we are getting prices, so I'll be writing it in small p prices, because the capital P prices is a list, an empty list here. So I'll be taking a variable called as small p prices. Inside the prices, we'll be writing soup dot find all. We will be finding all the elements that starts with div, but also has a class underscore is equals to. Inside the double quotes, we'll pass our class. Once we have given the class, we'll be using a for loop that for I in prices colon n is equals to I dot text and prices. So in the list, in the prices list, we will be appending this dot text that we are receiving from prices. Okay, because if I again print this prices, so if I put this thing inside the comment box and print prices, actually I need to print here. So let's print prices, and as soon as I'll print prices, what will happen here is that I'll be getting what? I'll be getting all the prices along with the divs and the class. So if you want to get the text only from here, for that we will be following this procedure where we will be writing for I in prices, and I made a little mistake. So let me just remove this. So for I in prices, we need to obtain the text, and then we have to add it in our prices list. So prices dot append, and inside this I'll be appending my n. And lastly, let's print the prices. That means we'll be printing this list prices here. So capital P prices, and as soon as I run it, the output here would look like this, that first of all the Apple iPhone 11 is there, which is 48,900. And now as you can see, previously it was black in color, now it is white in color. So why this is happening? So as you can see over here right now, before it was black in color and it was white in color, but in our code we are getting first white in color and then black in color, because what happens on the website also, the products keep changing. So if I run this, as you can see now, if I have refreshed it actually, so once we refresh it, we will get the new products, and this time the white iPhone is on the top. That's why over here in our code we are getting the white iPhone first. Okay, so these are our prices. So these are our prices. Moving ahead, let's talk about the description. For description, I'll be creating DESC and soup.findAll. Again, we'll be passing the class and the tag name. For that, let's go back here. Let's click on the navigation bar. Let's click here. But we will not be getting the list items. We'll be attacking what? We will be attacking on the unordered list over here. As you can see, UL tag is there. This UL tag stands for unordered list. You do not need to get into depth of HTML. But just for your little information, I'll tell you this UL thing is called as unordered list. Inside this, we have these LIs, that means different lines are there, and these are called as list items. So we have an unordered list in which we have these list items. So if you want to pick any one of these list items also, you can pick that, or if you want to get the whole description, in that case what we can do, we can just copy the class name. So let's copy the class name from here. Let's go back to our code, and it was UL tag, comma, class underscore is equals to, we'll be writing class underscore is equals to, inside the double quotes we will pass the class, and it should be an underscore here. Again, we will be using a for loop here. So for I in description, colon, n is equals to I dot text, and we need to append this n in our description list. So description list starts from capital D dot append and n, and then we can print it as well. So I'll just print it later. As of now, I'll also fetch the reviews from here. So print description, not the small d description but the capital D description. And lastly, the reviews. For reviews, I'll be writing reviews like this. Reviews is equals to soup.findAll, and here we'll go back. For reviews, I'll take it here. So where do we need to go is, if I open this, okay, we have this div and there we have a class like this. So let's just copy the class. So we have a div tag, and let's pass the div tag here. Let's put a comma, class underscore is equals to our class. Lastly, we'll be using a for loop to iterate in reviews. So for I in reviews, colon, n is equals to I dot text, and reviews, capital R reviews dot append n. Lastly, let's print the reviews as well. So now let's run and see, and as you can see, we have got all the things over here. We have the name of our phone, we have the descriptions, we have the prices, and lastly we have the reviews. This is how we have received it, but there is one problem over here. I'll show you that what this problem would be. So if I create a data frame out of it. So for data frame I'll be writing for df is equals to, and for data frame we need to install pandas as well. For that I'll be writing import pandas as pd. Later here we'll be writing pd dot data frame, and this data frame will be consisting of all the things that we have extracted. For example, we have the names. So product name is there, so we'll be writing product name first. So product name would be our key, and our names will be the value. Similarly, next thing was prices. So prices are the key, and the value would be the list prices here. So prices list, and you can capitalize it, and instead of prices we can also write product price, product prices. Okay, we have product name, product prices, and then product description is there. For that we will be again writing product description, colon, and in that we will add our description. For description we have our description list. Lastly, we have reviews, and for that we can also write product reviews as the column name, and product reviews colon reviews. Now let's try to print this data frame. Okay, I'll also not print these things. Okay, and there will be one error if I run this and try to print this data frame. I'll just run it and show it to you that what this error is going to be. So as soon as I run it, let's wait for a while. And you can see it says all arrays must be of same length. Now why it's saying all arrays must be of same length is because, as you can see over here, so suppose instead of print names, if I write print length of names, let's see what is the length of names, let's see what is the length of prices. So we'll be using the length function for all of them. Similarly, I'll be using the length function for here as well. Okay, not here but inside. And lastly, for the reviews as well, let's find their length and let's see what output we will receive here. Because as it is saying the length is not equal, and I'll just not create the data frame as of now. I'll just put this inside the comments, and now let's run it. So as soon as I have run it, you can see the names of the product name is 24. That means there are 24 product names, there are 24 prices, there are 24 description, but the reviews are 39. Now how come the reviews are 39? I'll show you that. So if I open this website again and if I scroll down, so right now you can see that there is only one review for each product. But as I scroll down more, you can see there are more reviews over here. So here are more reviews, and it says also over here that reviews for popular mobiles. Now in that case, what do we need to do? In that case, what we can do is, I'll just show it to you. Let me just shift this down a little bit. And also let's bring this thing on the right hand side. What is the problem over here is that we are obtaining the HTML of the whole page, and we are looking for inside the whole page, that wherever there is a div tag which has class given for whatever it is there for our reviews, like whatever thing in our page has this class, and this reviews will get appended over here. So even this thing has the same tag and the same class. So how to find the solution of this is very simple, that instead of finding all the data inside the whole page, we can select this whole part. As you can see over here that the page is, if I explain it to you in simple words, the whole website is divided into separate boxes here. So all we need to find is the box which is enclosed in this area. So which is enclosing basically this area. So if I use my navigation bar and if I go over here and move a little on top and on top a little more, and as you can see, if I select this thing, okay, and if I scroll down as well, so I'm just scrolling down a little bit, okay, I'll just come here. And if I'm, highlighting this area, as you can see, this is one block that we actually want, and we want to extract this data from this block only from each page. So instead of using soup.findAll and using the div tag and the class, instead of doing that, we will be finding it from this box. So what we will be doing, so instead of finding it from the whole soup, so here we have taken soup is equals to beautiful soup. Instead of that, we will be finding it from this div tag. So for that, we will just copy the class. So let's copy the class. As you can see, if I'm going a little bit above, so it's choosing the whole thing. A little down is choosing the left part, and this one is choosing this part from where I want to fetch the data. So let's copy the class from here. We know it's a div tag, and we need to find this box. So for finding this box, we will be writing, instead of soup is equals to this thing also we need to write, but from here we need to find this box, and from that box we need to extract the data. So for that, we will be writing box is equals to soup.find. Instead of find all, we will be writing find. We will be writing our div tag, comma, class underscore is equals to the class that we have copied from there, and I guess it has not been copied properly, so I'll just copy it once again. So let's copy this and paste it here. And now instead of using soup.findAll everywhere, we will be using box.findAll, because we need to find the data from the box, not from outside the box, but from that particular div tag. So we will be writing box.findAll here, 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 and lastly here. And now let's run the code and let's see what output we will get. So as soon as now I run it, as you can see over here, now we have the length of each product as 24. That means we have got everything perfectly here. And now we can, just remove the print thing if you want, and we can just print the data frame as well. Let's have a look on how the data frame looks like. So as soon as I run it again, let's wait for a little while. And I guess I have not removed the print part. So print what? Print, we have to print the data frame. So again, I'll just run it. So as you can see, we have received all the products here. Okay. Now what do we need to do? We have received all the products of our page 1. We need to receive all the products from all of the pages. So for that, what we will be doing, again, we will be putting our loop back over here. So for putting our loop back over here, we will be again writing for I in range. Let's say I want to receive the products of all the pages till, let's say, we have multiple pages here, right? We have 419 pages. So I just want to receive all the products of, let's say, 20 pages. So for 20 pages, I'll be writing 1, 21, colon, and let's put everything inside it except for the data frame, because data frame will be created in the end. It will keep appending to the lists, and the data frame will be created in the end. So let's run and see. Also, one more thing, as you can see, every time the list names will get empty. If I keep them empty over here, they will be set to empty. So let's keep the list names outside and let's run the project. Also, let's do one thing as well, that as we know, we will be able to obtain all the products. So let's convert it into CSV as well. For converting this into a CSV file, that means I want to obtain the CSV file of this. For that, I'll be writing data frame dot to CSV. So we will be converting it into CSV. For converting it into a CSV, you need to give a name of the file in which you want to store the data. So we will be creating any random name over here for example, mobiles.csv. Also remember to mention the format over here. For example, you cannot write .ppt or anything else, .txt or .jpeg or png. You need to write CSV over here. That only then it will convert it to CSV. So mobiles.csv. If you will not write anything, it will convert it into a text format. Okay. So mobiles.csv. And also one more thing about the location. So if you want to put it to a particular location, for example, you want to put it on a desktop. In that case, you need to provide the location over here. That means you need to provide the path over here. Okay. So now let's run and see. So as soon as I run it, okay, there will be one error. So let me just stop it here only. What that error is going to be, because we have not changed the string from 1 to I, so that error will be there. We need to change it back to I, because we will be going to different pages, right? So we need to change it back to Y, and let's run it again. 24, 48, and now we have 72, 96. As you can see, every time the length of the list is increasing. Okay, so this is the length of the list, and let's see after 20 pages how many products we'll get. So let it load a little bit. So okay, ये कैसे कम रह गए? So I guess the 21 pages will be very much. So let's keep 11 instead, and let's run and see what output we'll get. And let me just bring it up. And as you can see over here, the products keeps increasing. And lastly, we have received all the products. So we have a data frame which starts from 0, and we have total 239 products here, which has 240 rows and 4 columns. Now why it's 239? Because the index starts from 0. That's why it's 239 over here, and I hope it has got converted into CSV as well. For that, let's move to our folder. So I'll go to Python programs, and here on web scraping, I think we have mobiles.csv. So as soon as we open this mobiles.csv, as you can see, all the products are here, starting from our Apple iPhone, which was in white color. The price was given here. and then we have the product, we have the reviews as well. So this is how you can create a simple amazing project within just fewer lines, where we have scrapped all the data, not exactly all the data, but all the data would be very much here. So we have scrapped most of the data from our Flipkart, and we can scrap more as well. So here we have got the data of 10 pages here, and I guess that is also within 45 lines. So yeah. So I hope this project was clear to you, that how we have scrapped the data, how we have dealt with the multiple pages here, how we can go to multiple pages and scrap the data from the multiple pages is clear to you. In our next session, we are going to create an amazing project. So stay connected guys, and I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.